Hello everybody. Thank you again for watching my videos and thank you for all of the comments from the last one. If you stick around today, you're going to meet a very special person at the end. So I wanted to read a book today called Trouble with Friends because I know we're all stuck inside, and so instead of being trouble with friends, it could very well be trouble with family. Let's read. And as we read, I want you to hear how many vocabulary words you think I'm going to use, alright? Trouble with friends. Sister and Brother Bear, who lived with their mama and papa in the big treehouse down a sunny dirt road deep in bear country, were not only sister and brother, they were playmates, and they got along pretty well. Most of the time. But brother, he was quite a lot older than sister, almost 2 years, and sometimes he didn't really want to play with sister. He disregarded her, especially when sister got a little bossy, which she sometimes did. Now, she said one day, as she came out of the treehouse with a big armload of her dolls and stuffed animals, "We're going to play tea party. You sit there and be the papa, and I'll sit there and be the mama." "Aw, gee, sis," said brother. "I'm way too old to play tea party. Why, what if Cousin Freddie or any of the guys saw me? They would tease me all the time. Why don't you find somebody your own age to play tea party with? Besides, I have a date to go skateboarding with Freddie." And off he dashed, leaving sister all by herself. "All right for you," she shrieked. "Oh dear," said Mama, who was watching from the treehouse window. "There goes brother off to play with Freddie again. I do wish sister had somebody to play with." "What about her school friends?" asked Papa, joining her at the window. "They all live too far away," sighed Mama as she watched sister be lonely, picking up her jump rope and jumped with a friendly frog. Soon a butterfly joined in. "She has her forest friends," said Papa. "Frogs and butterflies are all very well," said Mama, "but they're not the same as having a very own cub, your own age, to play with." That's when Mama saw the moving van approaching out of the corner of her eye. "Look," she said, "it's a new family moving into the empty treehouse down the street. It certainly would be great if they had a cub sister's age." Sister saw the truck too, and the car following it. "Somebody moving into the empty treehouse," she said. "I wonder if they have any cubs." And so she skipped off down the road to investigate. The truck stopped at the empty house, and the moving bears began to unload the truck. The car pulled behind it, and out came a little girl, just the same age as sister. Sister could hardly believe it. She was so fortunate. Just what she needed, a little girl cub to jump rope and play with and have tea parties and play house and school and have all kinds of fun. She could hardly wait to tell her, and she skipped over to say hello. "Hi, I'm Sister Bear. I'm 6 years old, and I live just down the road." "Hi," said the new cub. "I'm Lizzie Bruin, and this is my papa and mama, Mr. and Mrs. Bruin." "I'm 6 years old, too. May I try out your new jump rope? I can do red hot pepper." Wow, could she ever! Lizzie Bruin was the swiftest jump roper sister had ever seen. "I can jump to 1,000, said sister. "I can do 1,001, said Lizzie, returning the rope. Does it sound like they're already getting along? We'll find out. 1,002, snapped sister. 1,003, said Lizzie. "Well, we'll just see about that. Let's have a jump off here and now," said sister. "Let's not and say we did," said Lizzie. "Say, isn't that a playground over there?" And both sprinted off to get to the playground as fast as they could. "Well," said Mama, who had been gazing from the window, "the new cub certainly is a lively little thing. She would be great for sister." Sister and Lizzie had quite an exciting afternoon. They climbed to the top of the jungle gym, rode the seesaw, and pushed each other on the swings. They played tag, laughed and giggled, rolled down a grassy bank, and picked wildflowers for their mamas. Why, thank you, sister. How beautiful, said Mamma, putting her fancy new flowers in the water. What's your new friend like? Her name is Lizzie. She's 6 years old. She's an only cub, and, said Sister, she's a little bossy. Oh, said Mamma. Well, you certainly seem to be having fun. Oh, yes, said Sister. I had a lot of fun. A little bossy and a little braggy. Who does that sound a bit like, though? The next morning, bright and early, the phone rang. It was Sister's new friend, Lizzie. Want to come over and play school? Asked Lizzie. Okay, said Sister. Bring some of your dolls and stuffed animals, added Lizzie, because mine aren't unpacked yet. So Sister gathered up some of her favorite dolls and animals galore and headed to the treehouse down the road. Come on in here, called Lizzie from the garage. My mama and papa are still fixing up the house, but they said we could play in here. Who did you bring? Said Lizzie. My best doll and stuffed animal, said Sister. And this is my very special teddy bear. I've slept with him ever since I was a baby. He's so precious to me. Lizzie set up the garage like a schoolroom. There were boxes for pupils to sit on, and there was another teacher's desk. There was even a blackboard and chalk for lessons. This is going to be awesome, thought Sister as she began sitting on her toy boxes. But that's when she heard Lizzie impersonating a teacher. She had a pretend pointer in one hand and a piece of chalk in the other. Please be seated, Sister. It's time for your lessons. Today I'm going to teach you the alphabet. The first letter of the alphabet is... Now just a minute, shouted Sister. Who said you were going to be the teacher? When I play school, I'm the teacher. And not only that, I already know my ABCs. Sister Bear, if you do not sit down this minute, I'm going to keep you after school, said Lizzie. Is that so? Shouted Sister. Well, if you don't give me that pointer, I'm going to keep you after school. That's when Sister grabbed the pointer. They were both clinging on to it. Soon they were rolling around the floor, wrestling in a giant melee. And soon the pointer stick broke in two. Now look what you did, shouted Lizzie. You broke my best pointer. I'm not going to play with you ever again, shouted Sister, gathering up her toys. I'm going to take my dolls and go home. Sister's mad and I'm glad, shouted Lizzie, and Sister marched out of the garage. Lizzie, Lizzie, in a tizzy, Sister hollered back. Back so soon? Asked Mama when Sister returned looking like a storm cloud. Oh, I wonder what a storm cloud's called. I'm never going to play with that Lizzie Bruin again, shouted Sister. She's much too braggy and bossy. I don't need her to play school or anything else. I'd rather play by myself. When you play by yourself, you can do whatever you want, and I don't have to listen to that silly Lizzie Bruin. Said Mama, that's true. Of course, there are some things you can't do by yourself. Like what? Asked Sister. Well, you can't push yourself on a swing, said Mama. And you can't ride a seesaw by yourself. Most games like hopscotch and jacks take at least 2 people to play. And it certainly is nice to have somebody to laugh and giggle with when things are hilarious. Pondered Sister. Maybe so. But Lizzie's too braggy and bossy. Why does she have to be the teacher when we play school? It seems to me, said Mama, that maybe Lizzie isn't the only one being braggy and bossy sometimes. What's that, Mama? What do you mean? Am I like that? Yes, said Mama, and you'll end up lonely if you act like that. And that's when they heard a knock on the door. It was Lizzie, and she was carrying Sister's teddy. When Sister took all their dolls and went home, she forgot her teddy, said Lizzie. And I knew that it was very precious to her, and she slept with it since she was a baby. I thought she might miss it. Why, thank you, Lizzie, said Mamma. That was very thoughtful of you. Thank you very much, said Sister, hugging her teddy. And you can be teacher if you want, said Lizzie. Or, said Sister, maybe we could take turns. I think you could be a terrific teacher, said Lizzie. Great, said Sister, gathering up her doll and stuffed animals again. Last one back to your garage is a rotten egg. And off she scooted, laughing and giggling, with Lizzie scampering behind her. Hey friends, when we're stuck inside, it's easy to get caught up with being nitpicky and bickering with one another. And I'm going to show you the most bickering person in my entire family right now, okay? You have to promise not to tell anybody because it's really embarrassing, okay? Hey everybody, it's me, Peachy. Was my daddy telling you tales about me being bickery? I'm not. In fact, he's just a big old silly donkey brain. Isn't that right, Papa? Peachy, are you using words like Lizzie and Sister were in our book? Ha ha ha, that's why they call me Peachy.